Hey, over here. Hey, look at me in this big open field, big open world. I could do anything. I could be anyone. I don't wanna. And that's how most big open worlds feel to me now. Because sometimes when a game gives you total freedom, when the world is huge and the possibilities are endless, my brain just kind of freezes. Instead of feeling excited, I feel overwhelmed. Instead of exploring, I stall out. And that feeling has followed me into more and more games, to the point where I've started to wonder, can we just make open world small again? Let's quickly and simply explore the evolution of open worlds, using Assassin's Creed as an example. Let's look at the map of the first game in the series, subsequently followed by future installments. From 0.13 kilometers to 256. The influence of open worlds over the past decade has taken over a smattering of other franchises that once focused on linear experiences. The Legend of Zelda, open world. Halo, open world. Sonic, open world. Mario Kart. The focus has shifted into creating big open land for gamers to explore and discover on their own, and strays from linear, crafted experiences and stories. My argument is not against the concept of an open world, however, but rather the scale of the land itself. Listen, I'm going to say something extremely divisive right off the top here, okay? I need to get it off my chest. It's not a popular opinion, but I gotta say it because it's one of the reasons why I felt like I had to write this video. The Witcher 3 is too big and it would be better if it was smaller. There, I said it. You disagree, I know. I made it about halfway through, okay? Gorgeous world, beautiful quest design, impeccable writing. It's so good. But the map is massive. And every time I opened it, I felt like it was a to-do list that people just kept adding pages to. I'd choose a quest, see the little quest marker on the other side of Ellen, and start writing. And that ride would take a very long time. And not a kind of romantic, look at all the scenery kind of way, although there is a pretty good quest that's exactly that, but more in a, am I wasting my time way? And the stuff between the quests didn't help. There are chests, secret treasures scattered all over the area, little question marks all over your map. But when you find them along your path and you try to take like a little deviation to go get it, it was never filled with a single item that I wanted. Along the way, you would see maybe a point of interest or another town here and there, but largely it was just empty forests and swamps and mountains with not much to see or distract you from your ride where your horse gets stuck on every rock. So the cycle becomes get incredible quest, spend treacherous slog through the woods to get to the end of the incredible quest. The quests deserved a smaller world. The writing deserved a world where the downtime between stories wasn't so stretched out that it diluted the momentum. Now let me pause right there and fully communicate that this is because of my current life stage. I'm 30 on a playset. But I have a full-time job, and I own my own production company on top of that. I just don't have the time anymore to dedicate in one sitting to play for hours on hours. So when I'm talking about wasting my time, I'm talking about the 30 minutes that I have on my Steam Deck at any given moment in my day. I'm sure that when I was 13, I would be sinking hours into a game like this. And yes, I am totally destroying the argument that I am trying to make in this video. Okay, this was the last straw. The game, or rather the announcement that sent me over the edge and set me on a course to figure out a solution to my open world problem. Todd Howard announced on stage that the game was
so irresponsibly large.
Over 1,000 planets, all open for you to explore.
I don't want quantity, I want an artist's touch. I want intent. I want spaces that someone built with purpose, not something pulled from a random number generator. The thing I loved most about classic Bethesda design was wandering toward a mountain and finding 10 interesting distractions on the way, and this was just completely absent from Starfield. Instead, I landed on worlds that were empty, repetitive, and spread so far apart that traversal became a torture device, which is disappointing, because this was actually the first game that motivated me to roleplay someone that wasn't myself. I was gonna be Wilbur, an elderly gentleman who had gone through a largely uneventful life and who was about to be swept up in a grand space adventure. But the world around him was not built for that character. It wasn't designed for a human experience. It was designed with the idea of checking the box for biggest universe. So my thesis is this: shrink the world, strengthen the experience. And here comes another very controversial take. I really like Avowed. I really liked it. And I think there are valid reasons for why people didn't click with that game. But something I really, really appreciated about it was the size and design of the world. Altogether, there's a lot in this game, but they broke the whole thing up into 4 or 5 distinct little maps. By doing this, the game doesn't swallow you whole. It gives you discrete zones, expansive enough to explore, small enough to complete. Each area feels authored, not inflated. You never feel like you're wandering in a void. You never spend half the play session just getting to the thing that you want to do. Within a short distance, you can spot the very next thing you want to do, and it does that thing that I adore in games where anytime you think, I bet there's a treasure or a secret there, there always is. Whether I could only hop in for 15 minutes or 2 hours, I always felt like my time was respected, and that the map was crafted and tailored with care. The developer, Obsidian, carried this design into the Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2 is basically the antidote to Starfield. Instead of a universe of empty planets, you get a series of small, intentional spaces. Though I felt the exploration had less reward this time around, I still felt like the smaller maps gave me room to breathe and explore, while still giving me manageable terrain. It's an open world built for enjoyment and not exhaustion. And my last pitch for small open worlds is a 2011 game, Batman: Arkham City. The map is tiny by modern standards, but it is absolutely packed to the brim with character, things to do, collect, and see, with a verticality rather than a horizontal expanse. Rooftops, alleys, and building interiors interconnect, twist, and layer, and your movement across the city is ridiculously fun and efficient. The whole world is a playground instead of a commute. Everything is within reach. The pacing is immaculate. Arkham City never wastes your time. It's just a fantastically great time, and you can completely experience the entire thing in under 25 hours. Mwah! Now, I hope I've been clear that my point isn't just big world bad. There are giant worlds that still feel shockingly manageable, not because of their size, but because of how they structure your experience within it. Elden Ring is huge, but it never asks you to process the whole map at once. It sections you using soft difficulty barriers and an adaptive map. You explore a zone until you hit something too strong, and that natural resistance quietly says, you're not done with where you're at. Add on to that a very smart, dynamic map that only grows in size when you reach a new area. So when you start in Limgrave, you think, okay, this is the map? Yeah, I can work with this. Then as you enter each new area, the map extends to meet you. And you only have that next digestible area that makes the scale feel generous, not overwhelming. So even though the world is massive, don't get me wrong, the game only ever demands your attention, one zone at a time. The second game that I want to reference is directly in conversation with The Witcher 3 because it is from the same developer. It, too, is big. Huge, even. But It works for multiple reasons. Night City is divided into distinct personality-filled districts, so you visually understand bordered areas and levels, for the lack of a better word. You have the entire map available to you, sure, but you at least understand that each individual area could be tackled all together. Traversal is fun and fast. The Witcher 3 tries to expedite some of your travel concerns by giving you Roach, your horse. But even on horseback, the terrain and slow riding does not alleviate much of the travel time. In Cyberpunk, you have motorcycles, sports cars, double jumps, and dashes that get you from place to place in less than a minute, all while keeping impeccable writing and exhilarating quest design. When I pick up Cyberpunk, each incredible side mission can take me only 5 to 10 minutes, start to finish, to experience. And the city is absolutely packed with these. Lastly, every street corner has something written, staged, or acted with intention. Distance doesn't feel like a tax. Movement is a toy, and the content density never dips. Cyberpunk is proof that a massive world can still feel intimate. It just so happens to be that most massive worlds don't have the teams, the time, or the resources to have that amount of intentionality built into that size of an area. At the end of the day, this whole video comes from a place of love. I love games. I want to see more stories, more worlds, more weird ideas, not more square mileage. I want to be surprised and not buried. I want games that I can finish before my next life milestone. And that's selfish of me. This is a completely subjective, selfish opinion. But the truth is, shrinking a world doesn't shrink the experience. If anything, it makes it sharper. It turns exploration into discovery. It turns wandering into something meaningful again. Intentional design is far more powerful than raw scale, because focus makes flavor, because constraints make better art. Make open worlds smaller. Make them better. Make them places I want to live in, not places that I feel guilty for abandoning. Thanks for watching me on a swing set. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, like, subscribe, I don't know, because what's important to me is having not a selfish opinion and spewing my thoughts on the internet to nobody. I actually want to hear what you think. Are open worlds too big? Or do you enjoy the sheer size? Do you like getting lost in a grand world where you're a piece and you don't need a dopamine hit every 5 seconds like I do? Yes, I'm going to continue to destroy my own argument. Deal with it.